Yeah, I'm in the booth flaming up right now. I'm in the booth heating up right now. EGP. I say big wood smoker, baby.
Hey you guys, it's your girl Simply Sweetness back to you with another car bang. Now, I'm going to get my food prepared and I'm going to be right back. Give me a moment. Okay, you guys, I'm back. Okay, I'm going to move this cup because it's kind of still in my shine. But, so y'all, I'm going to have a story time today. And I'm in my head trying to see which one I should tell you about. This is called the Caniac from Raising Canes. Before I start, I'm going to pray over my food. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for this food I'm about to receive for the nourishment of my body and soul. May it be free of any impurities or anything that could possibly get me sick. Lord, please don't let nobody be done drop my food on the floor because I don't play with these people like that. In Jesus' name, amen. So, I think I'm going to tell you guys the story about how I found out one of my exes was cheating on me. So, I was with this guy. I'm going to name him. I don't even know what to name him. I'm going to name him Carl. So, Carl and I met after my breakup with my son's father. Me and Carl was together for 6 years. 6 long years. And I have to say he was the biggest mistake I could have made because he was horrible. Now, first red flag about Carl is that he had lied to me about his name. He had gave me a whole different name, and it took me 2 weeks to let him know that I knew that wasn't his name. Okay, I want y'all to take the first bite. Okay, this is Texas toast. I just split it in half and made it into a sandwich. So, how I found out about his name is one day he thought I was asleep and he hid his ID and social security number under my TV. So, he had left. And I was trying to figure out what he had stuffed under my TV, so I went to go look. It was his ID, his social security card. Totally different name than what I was told. So, we had a movie night. And the movie night that I picked was strategic because his name was in it. If I'm not mistaken, it was Liar Liar, I think, with Jim Carrey in it. So, I started dropping hints. I'm like, it's crazy how people lie, right? So he was like, it seemed like it's something you want to ask me. I said, well, since you brought it up, it is something I want to ask you. I'm like, what's your real name? was like, you know my name. I said, I'm finna get aggravated. And he was like, why, what's wrong? I said, because I already know your real name. I said, the stuff that you say to me don't add up. Mind you, he had a tattoo across his stomach that said his nickname from his actual real name. So he was like, what's my name? I told him. He was like, all right. He said, the reason why I didn't want to give you my name is because I'm tired of people sending me to jail when they get mad at me. Okay. Fast forward, we done moved all the way to Justice, Illinois, near my father. In my eyes, everything was going good. I was working, ended up enrolling in cosmetology school. House stayed clean. I cooked every day. Like, you know, to me, we was a big happy family moving towards something. Then I started noticing he started hiding his phone. It wouldn't be on the nightstand. It would be someplace random, like inside his shoe. But I can hear it ringing. So one day I'm hearing the phone ring, but it's a muffled ring. So I get out the bed, I'm looking for it. It's in his shoe. I press answer. And the girl say, baby. I said, what's up? And she's like, I think I dialed the wrong number. I said, no, you didn't. What's up? I was calling because I wanted to buy some cigarettes at 3 o'clock in the morning. Ain't nothing open but legs. So why is you calling my dude's phone? She hangs up. So now my interest is piqued. I start going through the phone. I see text messages between him and his baby mama. I didn't think nothing of it. I had exited out of it, and then something said, go back. I go back. She's sending him nude pics. Whole conversations going on about me, when he gonna leave me, etc. I'm like, oh, okay. So, I'm not the type that'll wake a person out they sleep with drama. I waited until the next day and told him, I said, you got 30 days before you have to move out. He was like, wow. I said, so you can get back with your baby mama. I'm like, what? I don't want her. She did this. I said, that's odd, because for you not to like her, y'all sure have very sexual exchanges. You asking, can you do this, and this to her? She's sending you, asking her for new pics. She's sending them to you. You don't need me. So at this point, he in fix mode. I'm getting purses. I'm getting asked, am I hungry? Do I want something from the restaurant? Like, don't ask me no stupid questions. You know I'm hungry. So, a lot of times, a man know that if he got a big girl, she hungry. So, I was getting all type of good meals. Phone calls checking on me, but I didn't know the phone calls checking on me was to see where I was, so he can know if he's going to get caught. So I graduated from high school. He was at my graduation. He rushed and left. Told me he also had something to do. When I found out his something to do with somebody else. So I used to keep his daughter all the time. His daughter used to go outside with my son. So one day she come in and she say, Mary, can I go play with my friends? I say, ask your dad. She said, I did. I said, where he at? She said, he's laying in. I had to give a name. She said he's laying in Sally's bed. I go, oh, okay. Whole time me not knowing that this little girl that she befriended, which my son was friends with his sister, he was laying in her mother's bed. So I called him. I said, what's up? Where you at? He tell me he all the way in the city. I said, that's odd because your daughter just told me you in Sally's bed right now. I'm not in the house. I'm in the car. I said, that's odd because I can hear the air conditioner. Okay, so that's strike two. You got less than 30 days to get out of my house. He hurries up, rushes home. I go, you said you was in the city. That's a 45-minute drive. How you get here? Nah, I was really down the street at my guy house. But you tripping. You know, a man will always have a way to find a way to turn some stuff around on you. So he tells me that he finna take the kids out. He never do this. That's usually my job. What he did was bribe the kids to keep them from telling me stuff. So one day, my son, I done graduated. I'm now working in a shop down the street from the complex. It's two complexes in the middle of it. It's a little small little mini shopping center or whatever. So that's where I'm at when I started working. Imagine he argued me down. He didn't want me to work at this place. He wanted me to do what I said I was gonna do and work in upscale unisex salon. I'm like, why are you fighting me so hard about something that's my dream and not yours? Later, I found out why. A lady walks up to my job. She got her son and my son. She asked, can she take my son to Great America next weekend? I say, okay, well, since I'm meeting you face to face, sure. A few days later, this lady walks back up to my job. Mind you, I'm cleaning up. I had just got through doing a pedicure. I'm, closing for the night. One of the barbers is out there, wiping down his car. So now there's finna be a scene. She knocks on the window and does this, so I come. I'm like, what's wrong? Is my son okay? She goes, yeah. She was like, I came up here to tell you that Carl is cheating on you with her and me, and I'm pregnant. I was like, what? She repeats herself. So I'm like, okay. I said, let me close up the shop. I'll get back with you in a second. So I close up. Mind you, one of the barbers is there, and he's hearing what's being said. He said, give me 5 minutes. I'm going to meet you at your house. Because I knew where she lived at because my son played with her son. Tell you how dirty and scandalous a person can be. I'm going to move this because I ain't asked for a feature. But anyhow, so I go to her house. We talking, we coming up with this game plan on how we finna all confront him. So they both know the guy house who he used to hang with. She tells me, he got my car right now. I'm finna call him. We both tell her, don't tell him that we with you. She calls him. He answers the phone. What's up, baby? I'm okay. I'm boiling, but I'm playing it off. She go, where you at? He's like pulling into the complex. What's up? She was like, well, me, Mary, and Trina is sitting in my living room. We want to talk to you. Me and Trina look at each other like, now he in a panic. He hops out her car, gives her car to his brother. His brother pulls up without him. She was like, where'd he go? He was like, man, he hopped out the car. Her brother looks at me. He was like, damn, you pretty. I know. Oh, this is some nasty coleslaw. Yeah, no, I don't want that. I didn't even show you the tenders. They usually be bigger than this, but these are the tenders. But anyhow, so the girl said, I know where he be at. Trina. That's what I'm going to call her, Trina. So we all march out. Mind you, I had no idea how many people who knew I was being cheated on. Because when they seen us all walking together, people started pulling out their phones to call him. And they like, oh, it's about to go down. Woo. Some of these people done been sitting in my house with him. I would get out of school and they'd be sitting on my couch. So now I'm extra infuriated. So Sally go around one direction. Me and Trina go around the other direction. I call him. I'm like, hey, babe, where you at? He like, I'm in the city. Why? Anytime you ask him a question, he's going to ask why. Because he's so sneaky. He's expecting to get caught. So I said, that's funny because I'm looking at your feet in building 13. I can see your feet. So he like, oh man, or whatever. So me and Trina walk up on him. I'm like, what's going on? You messing with Trina and Sally? I almost said this woman's name. He like, man, gone somewhere. He pulls his phone out. Mind you, it's the phone I paid for. He about to call somebody. I'm like, don't do that. Talk to me. He dismisses me, so I took the phone and I threw it so hard that it shattered. Y'all, this man grabbed me by my neck and choked me out of my shoes. I said, okay. The girl grabbing him, she punching him in his jaw. She was like, don't do her like that. This your fault. Woo, woo, woo. He walks off. I'm like, I got you. Mind you, the police is walking through the complex looking for someone. So, me and Trina walk out the building. She like, officer, officer. She calls the officer. She thinks he's my baby daddy. So he's like, her baby daddy just choked her. Da 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 da. They ask me for his name. They tell me and her to go to my house. I didn't want to do that, but she was my witness. So we go to my house. Police come. I filed a report. They finds him immediately. Takes him to jail. In Illinois, if you put your hands on a woman, it's an automatic 90 days in jail. Sad part about it is, at Cook County Jail, you do every one day you do, you get 2 days. So which means he was only going to do half that time. So at this point, I'm keeping, the saying, keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. I'm keeping them close because now I need to know what my next move is. So a couple of days go by. Manager, I still got his daughter. She takes his daughter to Great America and leaves my son. I didn't even give her permission to take his daughter. So when I get his daughter back, we almost fight. Because I've been looking for my baby all day. And you got her. Okay, he pulling off. I can move this back. Oh, well, he said she can go. I said, but you asked, can my son go? But you end up taking one and not the other. We ain't doing that. They a package deal. So I end up taking her back to her mom. At this point, me and her get into it. She pulled a gun on me. At this point, I'm quick with 911 these days. Because I don't know if a person would want to call the police on me. So I'm going to call first. So I call. She get taken out the jail or whatever. Come to find out she had bipolar disorder. She was on medication. She used to be a state trooper. That's how she got a gun. And she was fired because of her mental issues. She had a problem with mistreating people that she would pull over on the highway or whatever. So now I'm in my head like, I need to move because I didn't have a firearm at the time. So with my son at the time only being a preteen, I had to think about my son's safety. And she had 2 sons. One was large. Then she had a daughter. So it was like three sons, 1 daughter. And I was worried about my son's safety. So I called my best friend out there and to tell her to come, help me move. So one day I'm at work and I get a phone call from my cosmetology teacher saying that she was taking her class on a field trip and that they were in the beauty supply store behind the shop I was working at. So I leave out the back door and go see her. And my best friend is sitting there. My ex-best friend from the last video. She's sitting there. I come back. She in an uproar. Trying to find out this girl walked up there. Got on his t-shirt and a pair of shorts. And she's talking about me. Pretending like she want to have an appointment for her sons to get their haircut. Mind you, she hadn't been there in over a year to get her son's haircut since we moved to the new location. So they tell her, man, you don't even come here and get your kids haircut. You ain't sent your kids in a year. You coming here because you want to be messy. She almost got it because my friend tried to jump over the counter and get her. I was gone 5 minutes and that hair went down that fast. So I done informed the housing complex that I want to move. I done put in a police report and a restraining order on not just him but her. He's still in jail. He had some old lady to call me, y'all. And I ain't mean to be rude. But She was like, well, he said, can you put some money on his books? He don't got no deodorant. He don't got no underwear. He don't got this. He don't got that. I said, ma'am, I'm not sending him anything. So because she was an elder and I could tell she was an elderly black woman, and she asked me why, I felt the need to respond. I said, ma'am, he's in jail for choking me out my shoes. I said, the two females that he was cheating on me, one that's pregnant, he could reach out to them and ask them to put money on his books because I'm done. And by the time he get out of jail, I will be done moved. So please tell him, do not call my phone or have anyone else to call my phone. He could talk to the two women he was cheating on me with. And she was like, 2 women? I said, I think it's actually more than that, but you never can tell with a person who lives the street life. And she said, well, baby, I will not call you anymore. Thank you for being so respectful. She said, and I will relay the message to my son to tell his not to call your phone no more. So by the time he got out, I had already moved from Justice, Illinois to Calumet Park. I had him on block. He would call me from so many different people's numbers, but I was done. A month later, we had court. And this is what added insult to injury. We had court, me and her had court, and come to find out, he wrote a witness statement for her saying that I had been harassing her. She was not harassing me. My best friend at the time wrote a statement mapping out everything that happened that led up to her pulling a gun on me. She ended up calling DCFS on me and saying I wasn't feeding my son. All type of stuff. So we went to court. Y'all ever seen a woman that's shaped like a stick figure with no booty, no nothing, try to walk and switch at the same time? This is what she did. She came to court looking a hot mess. And you know, she always cute, okay? Even when I ain't, I am. She had on these snake pants and some snake boots. They was 2 different colors. And this old blouse. And she was switching so hard that she almost fell. Now, mind you, she was walking by herself. I had no idea that he was sitting there waiting on her to come to this court case. This pissed me off. So to add insult to injury, you come to court on her behalf with her? When he see me walk in, he looked like he seen a ghost because he thought I wasn't going to show up. So I go, okay. Had I have known that he was going to show up to that court case, I would have reacted a lot differently. Mind you, I had a restraining order, so he wasn't supposed to be there anyway. So I told the I don't know who is bailiff or whatever. I said, I'm afraid for my life because I have a restraining order on him and her, and he showed up to court for her, and I fear for my life. Mind you, I ain't scared of nobody. Not no human. Snakes, yeah. Humans, no. So they escorted him out, and he was in violation because he wasn't supposed to be nowhere near me, and he was there. Anyhow, because she had him write this statement, they dismissed the case. But they extended the restraining order for both of them for 2 years and gave me the paperwork that I needed to keep them away from me, pretty much. So, yeah, that's how I found out I was getting cheated on. The worst experience of my life, but I was cool. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. You guys have a blessed day. Thank you for joining Simply Sweetness. Those who are new, welcome. Those who are old, thank you for still being with me. I really appreciate it because I know I'm not as consistent as I should be. But I would like all newcomers to like, comment, subscribe. I do speak back. Share. I cannot stress that enough. And the next time I post a video, put it on pause, go get you something to eat, and I would love for you to eat with me. Again, thank you for joining Simply Sweetness. Bye.